Hello everyone, here's Jerry, your favorite Polish mad lad. So today what we're going to do is simple. We're going to increase the number of weapons that we have in our game. And before that, I want to mention that we have posted this Monday video about our game, Vandalhalla. And you can see some example of a game that you can make with our tutorials. Of course, it's another example because Valorant is actually going to be finished maybe in some few months. So yeah, check this video. It's made with Photon Bolt, of course, and leave a like, share, and etc. I will just cut the moment when I make new weapons, and I will see you soon. In a few seconds. Okay guys, so now when you had done your weapons, by the way, I'm trying a new way to record videos. Thank you, Unity. When you have done your new guns, now we're gonna head to our bolt asset and add some things to our bolt assets. So first we're gonna add an object that we will name weapon object. This will help us in the future to handle things like the index of the current weapon, to know which weapon we have in the hand, and the total ammo, and of course the current ammo of a weapon. So this way we can throw it, and when we are getting it, we know exactly what we have. So yeah, now we're gonna head to our player state and add two new things. So first gonna be integer. Yeah, this will be named weapon index, in order to synchronize this index on every player in the network, like this. And here we're gonna have to have a weapon list. So what a weapon list is simply an array that will be an object, and here we're gonna learn how to use objects and arrays at the same time. So not very complicated, but you need to know it in order to make sure that you are a badass in your in a bolt, you know. So here we're gonna select the array. Here the element type will be the object, and in the object type will be the weapon object, like so. Yeah, and 4 elements, because we have only 4 weapons for now, and in the future we're gonna have a knife, a main weapon, a secondary weapon, and of course the bomb that we will consider as a weapon. This way it will be simpler to drop it and to you know, to drop it and everything. So now we're gonna head to our player. We're gonna first finish the bolt asset with a wheel input, and now we're gonna do some cool things with the rest of our project. So let's compile this like so, and let's head to our project here. And let's begin by changing some things in the player controller. In the player controller now we have a new thing that is the wheel. For what is made the wheel? So the wheel is simply our index of our a weapon that we are on. So here, and this is an integer. Yeah. So this is the simulated, if you want, part of your weapon. of course. So here, give me a little try here. Yeah. So here, what we're gonna need in order to make sure that everything works correctly, we're gonna head to our pull keys, and we're gonna add something like this. So we're gonna get the axis on our mouse wheel, and if we are not touching it, we will not calculate the index, of course. So here, in order to calculate the index, we're gonna head to our player weapon, and in our player weapon, we're just gonna add a little function that will just send us the correct index, of course. But before this, we need to transform our weapons in an array like that, so we can store more weapons in the future. And now we need the weapon index, which is the current weapon index that we have registered in our player weapon, because this have its own thing, you know. So here we have some errors. In order to correct them for now, we gonna just insert the weapon index here. This way we are sure that we are using the correct thing. So yeah, and here you can see that we are basing our high value on weapon index, but we are not changing it on the client. Why? Because simply we don't want to change it, and we have lost the comments, so we are backing off we don't want rollbacks indeed. So this way we are not creating any rollbacks, so we just set it virtually. Now in our player controller, we are getting the wheel here, you can see, and in order to make sure that we are doing it right, now we're gonna do two new things. So first gonna be simply adding the wheel to the mouse inputs, like here, and of course we're gonna need to read it. Yeah. So in order to read it, we need something here in the execute command. So here we're gonna do another thing that is not so complicated at all. We're gonna just add this line here, look, like that, and we're gonna add some security things now, because we don't want to execute this if the weapon does not exist at this index. And in order to have our wheel, we're gonna just put it here, wheel, and yeah. So now we have the wheel here, and we don't have the state written. Yeah, sure. So here we need the entity bold.entity behavior of our player state, like so, and that's nice. So here we have our weapon index that will be changed if it is not currently the weapon index. Of course, it will be changed if the weapon index is true, if it exists, and of course only if we are the owner of the player. So here we need to add this little thingy to be sure that everything works. So yeah, we need it, but we don't really use it here. And of course here we're gonna just read it like so, input dot will, like so. And now oh, I forgot about that. So yeah, in the command, put this as integer, and of course compress it from 0 to 3 because the array is not bigger than 4 elements. So yeah, now it's done. We need to compile this. Let's see. Compiling. Nice. Very well done. Thank you very much. Okay, nice. So yeah, this is done. Now what we have is the wheel is send, and it's correctly read here, and now we are changing our state. Yeah, so big things to do nothing at realistically, because we didn't have written any update, any callback for our weapon index. So here we gonna write one. So in here we gonna just simply add a weapon index callback that will be named like so, and inside it we gonna simply at first set the wheel at the wheel index. This way it prevents many complications. Yeah, and actually we can get this element because we will call it more than once. So player controller here, and yeah, and we can have a private value player controller like so. Yeah, so we have the player controller, which is here, and we will set it like so. So this way we have no problems in syncing our weapon on our player, of course. And of course here what we're gonna do is much simpler, is just player weapon dot set weapon. This is just a little function that will just activate the correct weapon to see it. So you will say to me, oh bro, but it's a very lazy way to do this. Yeah, it's a very lazy way to do this, but it's not that bad, because here we just gonna set our weapon index in a first place. So here you can see that we didn't set the weapon index. You see, we are setting only it here. So the owner is knowing that this was set only when everyone is has known it. So here we're gonna just go through our weapons and check if the weapon is null or not. And if it's not null, this means that we can deactivate it. And of course we will activate the weapon on the weapon index. So nice, now we have weapons that we can switch between, but we have another thing on our way, and this is the arrays. Yay! So arrays are very simple things to synchronize. So currently what we will need is simply to say to our callback that we want the array element, so our weapons variable array to be called when these are done. So these are changed. So if something is changed inside the array, these functions will be called like this. And of course, because our object or in our state, this is how I can say it, this is object in our state, we can make a dot current ammo or total ammo in order to know if we call the one or the other, so like so. Here we're gonna call the same function for two of those because it's cheaper like that, I think. So in order to do something on an array, we're gonna simply write a callback like this. So this time we're gonna give it some proper parameters. So a state, the proprietary path, of course, and the array indices. So here, how we get the index on which we have changed our weapon. Simple, this. So array indices is simply an array of different indices of your array. You can do arrays of arrays of arrays if you want, and for each array this will give you imagine that you have a 2D array. First array will be weapons, and second array will be I don't know, mode. So in order to get your weapons, weapons is the parent array, and mode is the child array of your weapon. So here you're gonna have your weapon, and here you're gonna have your mode in the second index of the array indices, like that. So let's name it index, like so. And here what we're gonna need to is to know the state at the moment that we have changed the value. So here we're just gonna convert the state that we are given to the player state, like so. And of course, when we are done, we're gonna just set the ammo on our weapons. This way, that when we are shooting, we are updating our ammo. In order to make sure everything works, we're gonna create just simply this little function that will be in our player weapon. And here, this function will be just written like this. So init ammo, this is just simply taking the arguments that we have earlier. And of course here we're gonna do something in the weapon, so because the weapon is managing its own ammo. And here inside the weapon we're gonna add some new things. So at the end of our weapon we can add just before the reload the init ammo. So here what we are doing is simply initting the ammo, so setting the current ammo and the total ammo of our weapon, like so. And yeah, the interface, we're gonna do it in a moment, but first what we're gonna do is simply add two new functions. Why we will add two new functions? Simply because this will help us to know when we are on the weapon or we are not. So those two will be good. What are those functions? Simple. This function is helping us to know when we are changed on the this function, so enable. When we are enabling the weapon, we're gonna check if we have initiated, of course, the weapon. So here. And first we're gonna check if we are the controller or the owner of this, and we're gonna check if the current ammo is equal to 0. If it's equal to 0, we're gonna start a reload coroutine, of course, because this is how it is made in all games these days. And of course, if we has the control over the entity of our weapon, we're gonna update the ammo state, of course, because you know, the ammo need to be updated. So yeah, in the at first, before this this is done, we're gonna check if we have everything here. Yeah, we have everything here. So now we are disabling the weapon. Of course, we are checking if the weapon was reloading. If it was reloading, we're gonna set it to false, and of course we're gonna stop the coroutine of reload in order to stop reloading. This way the weapons don't reload automatically in the background. So let's check that what we are missing on. We are missing on two new things. So these things are just some simple getters and setters that will replace the current and total ammo that we have made here in the lower part. And here what we are just doing is very simple. So we are just getting, of course, our ammo, and if we are seconding it like so, we're gonna just take the player motor and know if we are the owner, of course, of this entity. And here we're gonna just say that the state in the weapon array at the position weapon index is currently is depending, of course, on total or current ammo, is equal to our value. And of course we're gonna change the current ammo in our internal code like this. And of course here we are missing just one little thingy, which is this, that we are gonna add here, and it will be like that. Okay. Yeah, it just will manage it to do it right. So now what we are missing now, nothing more. I think we have already all the code that we need to make sure that weapons are using ammo and they are synced between players. So now what we want is much simpler, I think, is just to make the update ammo function in our GUI controller. So in the GUI controller, we're gonna just head to our function update ammo here, and we're gonna create it, and we're gonna need a new panel that will be simply the ammo panel. So here we're gonna just name it ammo panel like so, and change the value here. And yeah, so now we need to just create a script that will be named ammo panel in our Unity project. Thank you. So yeah, only error is this, and here we're gonna need to simply drop the decal destroyer in the weapons, of course. And here we're gonna just create a new script that will be named UI ammo panel. And for the UI ammo panel, I will give you the code in this tutorial, of course. Very simple, very simple. It's like so. I will create it in off screen now, so I will cut it down, and I see you soon when I made it. So now we have finished our UI, very minimalistic. We're gonna head here, and we're gonna just add something like here, but for ammo, in order to make sure that it's hidden when we appear on the map. And here what we're gonna do in our player weapon is simply initiate the different weapons that we have on Earth. So here what we're gonna do is simply do a for each like this, and here we're gonna replace the weapons by a W like this, and here tag like so, initiate, and if W exists, of course. So yeah, only for test purposes, otherwise it's not at all needed in our thingy. Let's check if we have everything done correctly. So now what? Then we have initiated all of them. We just need to be sure that we are setting the weapon on our view. So to be sure it's done, let's put it like here. And yeah. Here, what we need, in addition, to head to our player prefab now. Yeah. Here, and simply add weapons. So let's say that we have the AK, the Glock, the revolver, and let's put them in the weapons and just simply move them like so. And of course, we can set them off, and of course in our array let's put manually every weapon. Yeah, revolver, AK, Glock, and Spas. 12, like so. And now we can build the game and see if it is working correctly. So sorry, before you build your game, of course, you uncomment this line here, and that's it. For our client, of course, and here. We're gonna connect two clients, and yeah. We have spawned, we have the pistol, no, the revolver, so yeah, we can spawn another player, we can see at each other, we can change weapons like normal, we can shoot with them, like you see here. So yeah, the Glock have 80, no, the revolver have 80 damage, so let's try it. On our, oh shit, yeah, it have 80 damage and it shoots like a shotgun because I didn't set the multi-shot in the correct values, but you can see we have the weapons that is shooting correctly, and yeah, everything's working like normal. So, very nice. Thank you for watching. Of course, remember to check our other videos. We have some gameplay from our alpha Vandalhalla game. And yeah, next episode we will see how to do droppable items. Yay! I'm so curious about how it's gonna go. So, yeah. See you soon, and remember to code every day. Nah.